Hello, RC3 family. Today we're celebrating what God has done in 2025, our year of Ignite, Matthew 5, 14, and 16, through a brief ministry success report. And as we reflect, we're also preparing our hearts for what God is calling us into next. Under the spiritual leadership of lead pastor Dr. Emmanuel Holland and co-pastor Carla Holland, 2025 has been a year of growth, outreach, and transformation for Renewed Covenant Christian Center. Guided by the theme Ignite, Matthew 5, 14 through 16, and inspired by Elijah's bold faith in 1 Kings 18, RC3 embraced the call to let our light shine before others, to be catalysts of God's fire in the earth, impacting lives within our congregation and beyond. At the start of 2025, RC3 entered a 21-day corporate fast and prayer, declaring fasting and prayer are the sparks that ignite the fire of evangelism, aligning our hearts with God's will, sharpening our spiritual focus, and releasing His power to transform lives. Daily prayer gatherings, led by Pastor Emmanuel and the intercessory team, unified the church body. Covenant kids participated using the hand prayer format, learning to praise, confess, thank, intercede, and pray personally. Co-pastor Carla Holland continued her in-depth Bible study series through the book of Genesis, expanding participation and fostering life application growth. In partnership, the Unknown Preacher LA RC3 hosted the Art of Exhortation for the second consecutive year, showcasing local spoken word and gospel artists. Through this initiative, RC3 raised $600 in scholarship for 2 first-year law students and 1 first-year student pursuing a master's in kinesiology and recreation administration. The Renewed Covenant Outreach Foundation matched the scholarship contributions and provided internship opportunities for law students. These interns contributed over 34 hours towards strengthening the Constitution and bylaws of both RC3 and RCOF. The Renewed Covenant Outreach Foundation continued its mission to promote benevolence, education, and outreach by offering internships and scholarships to young scholars, partnering with FACES, a Fuquay-Varina-based nonprofit, to provide emergency financial support for families in need. This included hosting Building Generational Wealth seminars with Triangle Board of Realists, also known as TRIBOR. These seminars covered home ownership, estate planning, and financial literacy. RC3 also exceeded its goal by successfully hosting 3 major community events in 2025, including one connected to Juneteenth celebration sponsored by Manifest. RC3 remained committed to life application teaching, continuing Word on Wednesday, training for reigning, virtual Bible study, and campus small groups at Campbell University. Covenant Kids Sunday School grew through the addition of LV Diaz, soon to be Styles, who joined RC3 and immediately began teaching with passion and creativity. RC3 also partnered with Brainstormology, which hosted 2 Sunday school symposiums focused on faith and science for both adults and children, emphasizing intellectual and spiritual development together. Our young adults continue to be served through The Pulse, which held monthly gatherings and hosted podcasts moderated by Joshua Crumpler, creating space for spirit-led and practical conversations relevant to today's generation while also expanding the ministry's social media reach. Under the leadership of Mary Bass, the intercessory team prayed every Monday morning at 7:30 a.m., focusing on Ignite and evangelism. These consistent prayers align with growing ministry opportunities beyond our walls. During 2025, Dr. Holland preached at First Baptist Church's 113th homecoming, delivered the keynote for North Ramsey Street Church of God's 47th church anniversary, and spoke at the annual Thanksgiving service for FACES. Within RC3, minister in training Daryl Stiles Jr. continued his development under Pastor Emmanuel and Carla by delivering 2 sermons, also serving in the media ministry and supporting worship and virtual welcomes. Additionally, Trustee Joe Moody was added to the rotation to deliver the welcome for virtual services and took on added responsibilities that mitigate risks for the ministry. RC3 also celebrates the continued academic and spiritual leadership of our pastors. Yes, Dr. Emmanuel Holland earned his doctorate of theology from North Carolina Theological Seminary in May 2025. Pastor Carla Holland completed her Master's of Theology and is currently pursuing her doctorate in biblical counseling. Together, they continue to model servant leadership, faithful teaching, and lifelong learning. 2025 was a breakthrough year for RC3's media visibility. Dr. Emmanuel Holland was featured twice on the Unknown Preacher LA podcast, and Pastor Carla Holland was featured once. The Unknown Preacher LA also broadcasts his weekly podcast on 103.9 FM The Light every Saturday morning, helping extend RC3's reach to a broader radio audience. RC3's marketing and media team, led by trustee Joel Moody, advanced online presence and storytelling. From 2024 to 2025, followers grew from 1,100 to 1,360, which is a 24% increase. Reach from 36,000 to 76,600, which is 113% increase. Engagements from 6,800 to 10,100, which is a 28% increase. Link clicks from 19 to 54, which is a 184% increase. And video views from 27,200 to 54,300, which is a 100% increase. Website traffic increased by 90% in August, and direct visits grew by 154%. Website traffic increased by 31% in October, and direct visits grew by 23%. Website traffic increased by 21% in November, and direct visits grew by 19%. The media and marketing team meets once per month for strategy. One family's video alone garnered over 3.4 thousand views. 20 projects were implemented, and 6 resulted in process improvements. New team additions included Malik Holland, mentored by Roderick Harper and Philemon Gray, enhanced worship visuals and lyric displays. RC3 enjoyed consistent spirit-filled worship through the leadership of Mariah Harkley, referred by Tabernacle of Praise International Ministries, and musicians Roderick Harris, TJ Kirk, and Bruce Graves, known as the RC3 Band. RC3 hosted 4 Friends and Family Sundays in 2025, emphasizing fellowship and evangelism. Attendance goals were set to strengthen in-person worship. Quarter 1, we saw 74% in-person attendance. Quarter 2, 96%, including visitors. Quarters 3 and 4, we declined below 70%, identifying key area of focus for 2026. The ministry continues to assess and adapt to the needs of a hybrid church, recognizing that the mission remains the same, but the methods must evolve. Sermon series preached by Dr. Holland included 50 Days of Fire, Kingdom Carriers, Walking in the Fire, Preparing the Heart for Lent, Protect the Flame, Sustaining the Fire, Living in the Overflow, The Power of the Cross, Keep the Fire Burning. As we transition from Ignite to our 2026 theme, Restored Vision, seeing what God is revealing, 2 Kings chapter 6, verses 17. We declare that God is opening our spiritual eyes to see beyond the visible and into the divinely possible. This is not just the year to look, it is the year to see. Thank you for your time.